Hey everyone, this is Rob,
Hey, Michelle.
and welcome to Bunebape, your weekly podcast and everything you need to know about old school or RuneScape.
Mer-
Merp. All right, so this week up on the docket, we are of course going to start off going over what we've been up to this week, including
Mhm.
updates and videos and stuff like that. And then we'll be going into the update, or at least the blog post for the update, which has a lot of stuff from kind of a
July
long
last year.
time ago. Yeah, kind of a long time ago. So we're going to be going over poll 80 and wilderness changes. So some people were happy, or I think most people were probably happy about the changes, but of course some people weren't. So we'll be
Mhm.
talking about that. And then we'll end off on our typical Q&A. Make sure
Yeah.
to jump in on the Q&A if you want to. Any questions, game related or otherwise, feel free to jump into the
Dis-
Discord. That's what it is, at boonbape.gg,
nope.
Discord.
Discord.gg/Bunebape.
Yeah, discord.gg. Yeah, there we go.
He's
It's a
tired.
Discord.
It's
Yeah.
midnight for him.
Yeah. Join our Discord. We have a bunch of sections in there that you can join in on, people you can play with, and a question section that'll actually help with the podcast that we're listening to right now.
New movie nights.
Yeah. But anyways, before I jam that up anymore, Michelle, how's it going?
It's going well. So last week, okay, wait, before I start anything, look, if you're on YouTube, you can see I got my shirt from Mitchie Fox's shop. It's like a pink Zuck. It's
Yeah.
really cute, and it looks like a heavy metal style merch shirt, but it says like Zuck's name. What is Zuck's name? I can't read this.
It's Tiz Talk Zuck.
It's not Tiz Talk. That's Jad.
Yeah, I don't know what it
Like
says.
that. Whenever we say their names, we just say TikTok
Mm.
and say their names. But whatever. It's really nice. It has like stuff on the sleeves, but as part of Mitchie Fox's merch drop for Valentine's Day. Would recommend the merch. It's very cool.
Yeah, they're another content creator, and I
Yeah.
think they could. I think we could probably just link to their store, like
I
down
should
below or something
honestly.
like that.
We talk about them enough.
Yeah, but they've had multiple drops before.
Yeah, they are always releasing new stuff, and I've wanted their stuff. Like, if you've been listening to podcasts for a while, I've mentioned them like several times, like their merch, how I like it. So that's why I'm so excited about it because I've wanted their stuff for like months, and someone got this off my wish list, and I'm just really excited to finally have something. I think it's my first like RuneScape shirt that like I didn't make, that I
Yeah,
got from someone else. So it's really cool.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. So going from there, I have not gotten Scurious yet. I'm at like 22, 30 KC. Haven't been doing as much clearly, and I I think I'm only ranked 400 something. I'm losing my ranks because people are catching up, but it's actually about to be my most done boss out of any other boss. Kraken is like 2250, so I'm catching up to that a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you've been there for a little while now.
Yeah, I've been here for a second. And then I have been sending a bunch of tops this week. So I think it's been something like 95 tops since I saw the last purple in my name, which is like kind of insane.
That's a couple.
It is a couple, but other people got tops this week. So we saw actually two Justy Chest and two Avernix on different days. It's 3 days in a row we've gotten purples though, because someone got on Sunday, Monday, and then last night Tuesday we got two things. So we got from the chest I got 4.6 mil and then 3.6 mil and then meal, and then the Avernix I got 18 mil each of
Meal?
those. And my cash stack is like totally freaking depleted. So I'm really happy about it because I've been doing like the bond giveaways like normal. Bonds are 11 mil right now. It's nuts. It's
Yeah,
way too much. And then
they're pretty expensive.
I'm doing like my little boss bash stuff, which I'll talk about in a second, and that's also another bond giveaway. So I'm happy to finally be getting my cash stack back, even though I'm only at like I think I'm at like 40 or something right now. It's still not great. Someone also
40 mil?
yeah.
That's pretty good.
Well, yeah, but I have to give away two bonds this week, so that's half of it gone.
Yeah, that's okay.
But I actually don't do that this week because someone generously gave me two bonds last night for the boss bash. And I was like, oh, sick. Okay, cool.
Wow, dude,
Yeah.
you're just
I won't take money for
pro
myself,
streamer,
but I
dude.
will take it for giveaways because why not?
Yeah,
So,
okay.
yeah. And then the Bunefest. I had my fundraising stream on Friday, the first of them. So if you haven't heard, I really want to go to RuneFest. I want both of us to go to RuneFest. And we are fundraising every Friday at my normal stream time, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and just doing like cosplays and boss competitions that I've been calling my boss bashes.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, last week we did Chambers of Zarek, and no one really got anything too crazy. I think that the best people were getting was Arcanes, but Wraith was able to win that, and I dressed as Xanic, and it was really fun. I was super green, though, like, ridiculously so. It was
Very goblin.
It was awful having a shower after, I'm not gonna lie. But it was a fun cosplay. It's like a once every year and a half type cosplay. I cannot do that often at all.
Yeah.
This week, I'm going to be dressing up as Guildmaster Jane from the Farming Guild, but like kind of scuffed because I don't have the same color hats and stuff as her. And then we're going to be doing Barbarian Assault randomly. I asked everyone what bosses they want to do for the boss bash, and we voted. And for some reason, everyone wants to do Barbarian Assault.
Yeah, I guess, it's what the people want.
Yeah, I was a little upset about the people because I wanted Temperos to win. Temperos was in second place because I'm selfish. I'm 97 fishing. I just want to get 99 fishing, and I want to do it at Tempe so I could try to get that pet.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I need for the collection log. But no, unfortunately not. So I probably won't do votes every week, so then I could just make us do Tempe later.
Yeah, that's probably... Yeah, I mean, I think people like Tempe, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, it is in second place, but I was so surprised that everyone wants to do BA because everyone always talks badly about BA. Whenever I'd mentioned liking it, or like on my 24th birthday, I basically spent my entire day playing Barbarian Assault and like playing with Robert too, just for fun. I think I already had level 5 in all the roles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just enjoyed it. And whenever I tell people, they're like, that's so gross. How can you play BA that much? But now everyone wants to do BA. I'm guessing they just finally need to get their diary done.
Honestly, it's not hard. Like, if you think about it, if there were any other pieces of gear that you could, like, guaranteed get after, like, a 5-hour grind that's, like, not endgame, but pretty close, you'd probably just do it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, there's not many other things that people, like if you could do that for Bando's chess piece, right?
Well, I think a lot of it is it doesn't give you any XP.
Oh, I mean, sure. But the thing is, like, if you were farming out like a BCP, I mean, that could take way longer than a day. I mean, sure, it's obviously slightly better, but still, people do that all the time, and that's not weird. So
Yeah. I don't know. I think that a lot of people just haven't tried it maybe and heard that's bad and think that's bad because of that. Because I'm sure it'll be fun whenever we do it.
Yeah.
We're doing it a little bit differently. So last week it was whoever made the most money won a bond. And this week it's going to be whoever gets the most points gets a bond. And it's a little bit less RNG, obviously. But there's so many, like, uniques and stuff at Barbarian Assault that I was just, like, way too mathy if we did it with the loots.
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't think you could loot track it. So everyone would have to wait till the end to submit it anyway. But, yeah, so it'll be the most points, and if you get the pet, then it's like an extra 1,000 points.
Yeah, not too bad.
Would you want to join us or no?
No, certainly not.
Would you if it was Tempe?
Probably not.
Lame.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get him to join in on the festivities.
No, I'm like not playing video games currently, so.
Yeah. But, so that, and then haven't done any new actual videos, but I've been putting out shorts every day. I have shorts scheduled for the next like 18 days, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I finished my second playthrough of BG3.
Huge.
I kind of want to make videos. So I'm in a very weird spot right now where I don't want to work on the videos that I need to work on. And the videos that I want to work on, being BG3 stuff, would take me like 40 hours to even get the recording up before editing it. So I'm at a loss of what to do right now.
Just do the 40-hour long video.
It wouldn't be 40. It would be like a 5-minute long video, but I wouldn't get to the part of BG3 to record it till like 40 hours in.
It's funny because I feel like I don't know what it's about, so I feel like just based on that, I'm imagining the video is just like, all right, this is what it looks like to get to the end of the game, and then it's just like you at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Like that's based on how long you said it takes.
No, it takes me like an hour or 100 hours to do a playthrough.
Yeah.
And that was a story mode. So my next playthrough, I plan on doing regular, and I want to do Dark Urge, but I want to be like good Dark Urge.
That doesn't make sense.
No, it's a thing people do, I guess.
That doesn't make sense.
I just want to kill everyone, but Dark Urge seems like it would have some fun parts, you know? So
yeah,
I'm going to hopefully start that soon. I don't know. I'm just feeling like really weird about everything. Yeah, that's my life.
Oh, that's really cool.
How are you?
Yeah, I've been doing okay. I haven't really been playing any video games, so I honestly feel like I was thinking that instead of doing an update for me, I'll kind of do like an update for like the community of
Oh, sure.
RuneScape. That is like stuff that's been happening this week because I feel like that's more interesting than me just saying, "Oh, I'm just."
Well, you used to update us on your workouts and you stopped.
Well, because I mean it's the same. I did I stretched for 20 minutes and then I rode a bike. It was pretty cool.
Huge.
Yeah, pretty
I'm
big.
glad they had a reason for it. Honestly, I mean, I'm so sorry to everyone listening. He was scrolling trying to find these posts on Reddit, and I was trying so hard to just not look at the screen because it's so hard for me to talk when I'm looking at stuff. I don't know if you could tell. I just kept like looking down. I'd be like, I cannot watch what he's doing right now because this is why I kind of sounded like I kept losing my train of thought because I was getting
It's
distracted.
not my fault.
It's you were literally scrolling when
You
you were
don't have to. You don't have
speaking.
to read it.
I just closed my eyes.
Yeah.
I wasn't reading any of it. It's just watching you scroll.
Oh, okay. Anyways, though,
What's the community up to?
I guess a couple updates. People are like
This one's weird.
kind of poking jokes at Jagex this week for a couple of reasons. The first one is that apparently Jagex is actually potentially available for sale for whoever wants to buy it for around
Yeah, they're
$900.
in talks with someone right now or something.
They've been in talks, I think, a couple times. Like it's
Yeah.
actually come up in the news a couple
So
times.
it's like really taking it too seriously.
Yeah,
It's very early.
for anyone that doesn't know, Jagex is owned by a venture capitalist company, and the whole point of a venture capitalist company is that they buy stuff and sell it for more, essentially. And so that's kind of what they're doing with Jagex, hopefully.
Yeah.
But well, hopefully for them. So this is again just more talks. I doubt anything will actually come of this because. Yeah, and also I doubt it matters anyways. But either way, on sale for $900 million. So if every player chipped in $10,000, then we'd be able to buy it.
I don't have $10,000.
All right, well, there you go. That's where it breaks down.
Supposedly the company in talks though, like owns a UK gambling company as well, so people were kind of worried about that. But
Yeah,
still
but
very early in these discussions, so who knows if anything will even happen.
I don't really. The thing is, like, a lot of, especially in Europe, companies have like cracked down on like gambling type of things in games. Like there's even laws against like loot boxes in parts of Europe. So
Well,
it's
there's
like,
laws in parts of Europe that people can't gamble their Cappy coins on our channel for predictions.
yeah,
Yeah, which I forget about, and someone did that yesterday, and I was like, oh yeah, weird.
yeah. So there's already stuff like that. So I honestly just wouldn't really be concerned at all unless like, because I mean their goal is to get money. So if they just immediately turn their $900 million investment into like the opposite of what made it $900 million, it just
Exactly.
wouldn't make sense for
We
them.
were talking about, and Wraith was saying like the smart thing would just be to acquire it and do nothing and just like take
Yeah.
advantage of the cash cow as it is,
Yeah,
essentially.
exactly.
Yeah.
Um,
Hopefully they do that. Whoever owns it eventually.
yeah, something that's also pertaining to Jagex that I thought was really funny is
I mean, I heard about this a couple weeks ago.
a lot of people, if you're English, you'd probably say we're taking the piss because
Stupid.
this was really funny. They actually had members of parliament over to essentially flex, in their words, their market leading player support. So that was like the whole point of this entire post made by Jagex, and so there was just lines and lines and lines of people, like actual people, like even Mod Matt K, um, actually like replied saying like, "Oh, this isn't gonna go well." It's like one of the most
I know.
renowned companies for the only way to get a response is to be a well-known person and tweet at them.
I literally don't understand how they could say this. That's like renowned for being good customer support when they've rejected my job application.
Oh, that
I
that
would have
too.
changed everything. Yeah, as an update, they were like, sorry, you're not what we're looking for. And basically, they hate me.
Yeah,
I could have changed everything. They could have had Parliament come every day. They would have been like, wow, this is fantastic.
yeah, that's
But
true.
whatever, I guess.
Also, something that I actually just wanted to pick out because I thought it was like funny and something that I think you and I do
Okay.
is like it was kind of a more popular post the other day. Someone was talking about how all their friends make fun of them for picking up runes
Yeah, of course I pick up
or
runes.
just like any like kind of stackable thing
I
that
would do that.
whenever they're like like at Slayer or anything like that.
Not all the time, but I do. That's why I have like a weirdly large amount of fire runes.
Yeah,
I see them and it's just like I see it's a stack of something and I'm like, gotta get this.
yeah. I definitely do the same thing, especially for like at gargoyles, especially because that really sticks out to me because they have like noted myth bars and noted gold bars
Hmm.
and stuff like that.
It adds up
And
if you're gonna be there for a while.
yeah, I remember like whenever I was farming there, like AFK for a long times with just like Guthans on, I would end the day with like several hundred of each thing.
Jesus. It's like 5 gold.
Yeah, at least. So yeah, I just thought that was kind of funny.
Some stuff I don't do, like air runes I don't normally grab, but most of everything else I grab.
Really? Yeah, it
If it's jobs
depends.
for me, I'm not gonna like pick it up if it's anywhere on the ground.
Yeah, it kind of depends. It's like weird. I don't know how my mind deciphers what is or isn't worth picking up, but like sometimes I'll leave earth runes on the ground, but like other times I'll be all like, "Oh, I could use these adamant arrows." I'm like, "I'll never use them."
And I
But
was picking adamant arrows today at Scurrius to sell, and I got like 800 gold.
yeah,
But they're
so
stackable, so I was just thinking like they might add up if I'm here long enough.
yeah, exactly. But besides that, not really anything too much interesting over on the Reddits. Yeah, I mean just some like stuff here and there, but typical cesspool. Anyways, we can move on to a different cesspool, the Pole 80 wilderness changes and more.
And more.
Also, before I do move on, shout out to Mod Goblin yet again in the trenches of the Reddit.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah, they're answering a lot of people's questions on the blog post comment section.
They're brave.
Even questions as far as like someone asked like, "Oh, if they're buffing all this stuff in the wilderness, are you gonna like take care of the bots?" Like questions like that. And
No, this is an ignorant thing to say. I still don't understand what you would do about the bots. Is there a button that you could say click and just delete every bot?
yeah, you didn't know that?
And like, do you have to ban individual bots?
It's because they haven't invested in the bot killer 9 million.
I know. I'm like, I don't understand. People are like, I'm sure there's stuff you could do about bots, but I don't think. Is it something
That's
you could just immediately fix?
well, the thing is that's why they're selling the company so they can afford the bot killer 9 million.
It's actually 900 million.
And it's actually 901 million.
Oh,
So
they're almost there.
yeah, they'd have to like crowdfund the last million.
I'm really confused by that. But
Yeah.
okay.
Either
How it
way,
works.
we can move on to some poll 80 updates and kind of what Michelle alluded to earlier. For anyone that doesn't remember when poll 80 happened, I looked it up and poll 80 actually finished polling and was completed, I think, July 24th
Of 2023.
of 2023.
It's
So
only been 1 year at least, not 2.
yeah, a little, I mean, 8 months ago or something like that. So quite a long time.
Yeah.
I think it's going on 9 months. So
No, that was July. That was
yeah,
6 months.
6 months?
Yeah, it was at 7. We're basically in 13 right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't do math
Math.
either way.
It's
Anyways, probably going on 12 months if we're being honest.
been 18 years.
Yeah. Don't worry, but I'm pretty sure we get a new poll every 6 weeks, is what they said. So looking forward to 81 next year.
Shut up.
We have the poll 80 updates. So these are not all of them, but these are quite a few more. And actually, funny enough, of all of these updates we're about to go over, only 3 of them are actually from poll 80.
Yeah, there's a lot of and more.
Yeah, there's only 3 from actual poll 80. All of the rest are unpolled changes
And more.
and more. Anyways, though, we're going to kick it off with Venenatis, Callisto, and Vidion. So essentially, this entire update is to make them more enticing for people and groups to go to. So with that in mind, they actually just buffed the loot pool, essentially, just
Yeah.
straight up for all 3 of the bosses. Our first change is to increase the minimum loot from 15% to 25% for the top 10 players in a given fight against the wilderness bosses. In short, this means that if you and 9 mates take on the boss, you'll get a whopping 250% loot between the lot of you.
That's a lot of blighted anglerfish.
That is a lot of blighted anglers. Alternatively, if you're more risk averse than the rest of your party and dealing less damage while you're in your group, you'll still walk away with enough loot to make it worth your while. Or at least that's the hope.
Yeah, you're not walking with any loot. You're getting PK'd.
Yeah, probably.
Me
They also
a video.
improved,
I never actually get my loot.
this is for you, someone that
Oh.
always talks about never getting pets. Now the pet drop rate is improved from 1 out of 2,000 to 1 out of 1,500, but that is split among everyone that participates in the kill, so you'd have to solo it to actually get that rate.
I like solo Vedion.
Yeah, I think Vedion's not the only one, but I think the most doable solo one, right?
I tried the other one solo. Since the day they came out, I didn't know what to do.
Yeah,
But I just really like Vedion. I think it's kind of a fun fight.
yeah. Anyways, also they're just straight up increasing the
Waiting.
certain drops, yeah, waiting. So they are reducing the chance to get GP and rune pickaxes. That being said, it's kind of funny because they're making it so you can get other valuable drops, which includes a drop of the pickaxes, but more of them.
Yeah, I used to get 3, and now you'll be getting 5.
Yeah.
But
So
supposedly less pickaxes overall.
yeah, so hopefully more valuable stuff.
Yeah, like blighted anglerfish, which I was just talking about. Their increase has dropped. Sorry, increased. Their drop has increased from 45 to 100. I just said their increase has dropped.
Their increase has dropped. There you go.
I'm good at words.
Yeah. As many of you might have guessed from the previous paragraphs, though, their aim is to just make it more consistent overall and more enticing for large groups of players. But they also are trying to dilute supply drops to minimize impact on their value by that minimum loot buff up top. So they don't want it to just be infinite amounts of anglers and stuff like that.
Sucks because I do like the supply drops for keeping me there.
Yeah. Accordingly, though, we've added new drops to all 3 bosses, so it's essentially going to be wilderness crab teleports, dragon daggers from Venenatis, which is actually kind of cool, and then a mixture of things
Like
such
rune,
as
mystic.
rune plate bodies, mystic robe tops and bottoms, as
Mystic
well as staves, kind of just mixed around between all 3 of the different bosses. Not all of them will drop one set of anything, so you got to kill all 3 if you're like an iron or something. But yeah, so just generally some decent alchable stuff.
Yeah. Next up is Scorpia. Just kidding. There's one more thing I skipped. Spindle's supply drops have been made more consistent, which should enable players to enjoy longer trips to her lair if they're not too scared. They said square up it. I cut myself off so I didn't have to bleep it later.
Wow.
Okay, but moving on to Scorpia. From one arachnid to another. Let's talk about Scorpia. I didn't know Scorpia was an arachnid.
It's not. It's a scorpion.
Yeah, I didn't think that scorpions were arachnids.
Are they?
Well, I don't know. They said from one to another.
Let us know. I was gonna say, let us know, geologists.
If there's one thing geologists know, it's scorpions.
Yep.
So this boss is extremely easy to kill, but these fast and fun fights are offset by having to trudge all the way up to the northern tip of the wilderness to fight her. Literally like level 50 wilderness.
Yep.
And this is in multi-combat. So to counter this, we've given Scorpia's loot table a much needed update. They don't give another list of updates, but they show a screenshot of what 10,000 Scorpia KC might look like. So we got some dragon scimitars, dragon two-handed swords, mystic, lots of herbs and runes, some javelin, dragon arrowheads? Those are what those are called, right?
No, those are javelins.
Oh, they are javelin heads.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Lots of ram stuff. They don't say the value, so that's cool.
It's funny because I think this is actually like in reverse of the value of them. Like, I think the most money would come from the javelins and then the runes and then the runite ore and then everything else.
I don't know. It's just weird.
Anyways, though, yeah, it even drops like a D-Sem, D-Long, or a D2-handed rather, anglers, a bunch of herbs. But yeah, I think honestly, if I had to guess, most, if not all of the actual money is going to come from just alchables, obviously, and runes.
I agree. But doesn't it seem like something's missing here?
No.
Like, no. What about something a little more unique?
No, seems good. That's it.
Say we have just such a something. That was a weird way of saying that. Have just such a something. Nope, they said that in mind, and we'll be sharing with you very soon. So Scorpio might be getting a unique. No idea what that could be.
Yeah, definitely not the dragon pick.
I don't know what it will be. But anyway, while you wait, why not head over to Scorpion Pit and flex those fighting muscles? Just make sure don't bring anything you don't want to risk losing. It is so deep in the wilderness.
Yeah. The only thing you'll find out there is probably like other people doing this and people recharging necklaces.
people PKing you because it just got updated.
Yeah, chill.
Moving on to Chaos Ellie.
Yeah, so this boss actually didn't really get that much of a rework. They don't even mention what they did. I think it's just kind of assumed that the drops will be better.
Yeah, I think that they might have gotten rid of bat bones. I think they might have said that last year that they were gonna get rid of bat bones because whenever I was grinding and I'm like weird and at Chaos Ellie, I would bring bones to Peaches, so I was sad about it. I don't know if that's confirmed, but I know that they at least talked about that.
Regardless, they do just simply say that the loot got upgraded, and if you are like an Iron Man or something, don't worry, they still drop weapon poison plus plus. So that's
Weird stuff.
that was like a really niche thing that a lot of people would farm Chaos Ellie for. You know, people being Iron Man.
Yeah.
Also, kind of funny, I didn't know. I would always call the Dragon Dagger a DDS.
Yeah, it's not. That's their special attack name, right?
No, it actually is technically a DDS. So yeah, it could stand for Dragon Dagger Spec.
Yes.
But actually, like, I don't know how accurate this is, but someone like lore dumped why it was called the DDS.
Okay.
And people still call it the DDS even to this day, is because back in the day, in old school, it was
1800s.
called, you had three different kinds of poison before poison all the way to plus plus. It was called like of course right now it escapes me. Either way, it was called like, it was like poison level 1, poison level 2, and then the third level of poison was called super poison.
Oh, so Dragon Dagger Super Poison.
Yeah, so that's how you knew it was the most poisonous version of it.
That's funny.
So yeah, so that's why it's called a DDS, not referencing its spec.
Tell us if that's true or if he's a liar.
Yeah, Dragon Dagger Super Poison.
I can see that.
Yeah, but anyways, I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah. Not so interesting to me. See, I'm stealing your segues. Next is
That's kind of weird because this is probably the most interesting to me of all of these things.
Rogue's Castle. So we're going to talk about Rogue's Chest. So given the profitability of other thieving methods and the risk inherent to breaking into a castle full of hardened criminals, we've decided to improve the loot table for Rogue's Chest. These changes should help them stand out as a more deterministic thieving moneymaker than methods like Elves and Vires, where you're waiting for a big drop to land. Yeah, which is frustrating. I was doing Vires for a little bit the other day.
Yeah.
It's not much when you're not getting the big drop. So the iconic Dragonstone drop is still waiting for you, but you can expect to make significantly more gold per hour than before, as long as you're left to your own desires. Devices, obviously, avoiding PKers. If you've completed the Wilderness Hard Diary, you can enjoy 25% extra loot on top, so we'd get those diaries done if we were you. Lastly, you now have a 1 out of 99 chance to snag a hard clue scroll if you haven't already got one, which I've heard is already a thing.
Yeah, I think that was already part of the loot table.
Because I think I saw someone reply and be like, can we have improved rates with like a Ring of Wealth or something? Because that's already in the game.
Yeah.
In addition, we've increased the thieving XP from these chests from 100 to 701.7 XP. Like, I don't even know how to take that.
It's only 7 times.
Yeah. So they say this is a fancy way of saying you'll get 701 XP 3/10 of the time and 702 the rest. And this equals out to about 200,000 thieving XP per hour. It's actually really decent.
Yeah. And some people were saying that was the amount that they were getting. Mm-hmm. Obviously, this is at 99. And so it seems pretty accurate. And on top of that, for anyone wondering about any particular numbers, people were posting how much they were able to get off of like 1,000 chests or whatever. Someone off of around 200 chests was able to get a little over 1.5 million.
Okay.
This is with the diary that gives you 25% more.
Yeah. For XP than anything, I imagine.
I guess so. But either way, it's just pretty much just a ton of runes.
Yeah.
So it's a ton of runes with some supplies, mainly being like ore and stuff like that. But it's mainly runes.
Yeah.
But overall, it does seem pretty good. I think some people said it's like over 4 or 5 million XP per hour or GP per hour.
I was like, what?
I don't know.
I don't know how many chests you could do. So
Yeah, I think it depends a lot on your, on your level and stuff like
and
that,
RNG too.
and RNG, and yeah, just in general. I don't know how much it is per hour, but I've seen people say anywhere like a few million at least.
Oh,
So
that's kind of cool then.
yeah,
Not bad for thieving XP either.
yeah, it definitely seems really good. I think it's probably one of the most profitable like thieving things, if I
Yeah,
had to guess.
but you have to go to the wilderness.
That's true. Comparing that to like other thieving things, I think like stealing wire in
Dorgashun.
in Dorgish Con, I think that's fairly profitable, but also it's like you have to run to the bank and stuff like that. So I don't know how practical that
Yeah, I'm good on
is,
that. No, thank
and you
you.
have to like world hop. But anyways, this seems really good. Thieving XP is good. Honestly, that's on par with like RD Knights and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
yeah,
And you
not
get more
too bad.
money.
Yeah, definitely not too bad as long as you can log out in time.
Yeah. But some other pull 80 changes.
Yeah, so we have just a few more changes. These are, I mean, these were actually pulled. These are actually the only things that were really pulled. All the other stuff, literally all the other stuff we covered weren't. But that's fine. I think in general, most people were okay with it because the wilderness kind of sucks. So
Yeah, I've heard that.
yeah. But these are the full 80 changes. Improved loot from the Muddy Chest includes a rare chance to get Blighted Supplies and Laren's Keys. So hopefully Muddy Chest is actually worth something now. Also, the Activate button. This is the special attack for the Dragonfire Shield, essentially. This will reward defense XP in both PvM and PvP.
Okay.
So I think before it just was only like other attacks and not defense, or it was nothing. I forgot which one it was. And then also they made it so the lava dragons have a new look for some reason.
Yeah, now they look completely black with lava wings, orange lava eyes, and like orange fiery glow underneath them.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think they look cool.
They look cool. It's just like kind of weird. That'd be the
It was very
same thing
random.
as like redesigning goblins, and everyone's like, "Why did you redesign the
Well, they
goblins?"
say it's to be in line with our modern graphical standards.
The only mob in the game that's in line with their modern graphic standards.
Yeah, true.
Big emphasis on modern.
Yeah, but that is only almost the last of Pull 80. So the last change, re-enabling the scrying pool, was unfortunately negatively affected by recent engine changes to instancing and is still being worked on as you're reading this. So let us know what you think of these changes, share your feedback, yada yada, all of that stuff. We're hard at work putting together our next poll, so keep an eye out.
Yeah, pretty big.
Coming soon, TM.
Yeah, surely they'll have this poll fully done and complete within a year. All right, and we are back. So before moving into the rest of the changes, we actually have a couple things to update you on.
Yeah.
This one is actually just kind of like clarification for earlier in the podcast. I said it was a couple million for or over a couple million for the Rogue's Chest. On the wiki, it has it listed as 2.5 million.
An hour?
Yeah.
I literally thought you must have been so off.
No, yeah, it has it listed as 2.5 million, and that's with 88 thieving. Yeah, and
That's
someone.
not a bad method.
No, it's one of the better methods.
Yeah.
And people were saying, well, I don't know about people, but someone posted on Reddit. They're saying that their strategy that they're currently using, they don't know, how well it is or if they'll use it going forward. But currently, they will locator orb down to 1 health with melee prayer on, and then if someone comes to PK them, they'll just die to the rogues.
Yeah.
Because the rogue, whenever you start thieving, the rogues attack you. So as long as you have overheads on,
so
you don't die.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Let us know if that actually works.
You do get, I mean, obviously you do take a penalty because you spawn in Ferox, and you have to claim your stuff back from Death himself, which costs you a little bit of money, but it's not too bad.
Risk hopping worlds. Okay, you could go to free to play, run as much as you can, and then hop once you get close.
I mean, yeah, there's plenty of other stuff. There are people,
though.
They were just trying to think of like fast ways.
Yeah, to
if
not
someone
die
comes to
PKers.
PK you, yeah.
I think it's kind of fun that such a what seems like a pretty decent thieving method is in the wilderness. An actual legitimate reason to go to the wilderness.
And it's relatively low for the profit, because if you think about it, the other two are, thieving vires and thieving elves, which do essentially more or less require 99 thieving.
Yeah, I went to go do Fire Watches before, and I was like 92, and I was like, this freaking sucks. Like, why do people do this?
Yeah.
I gave up very quickly. I got annoyed.
Even with the cape and everything, it's still
Yeah.
fairly
Just
rigorous.
drop something so expensive. It makes sense, but it's just like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Also, one other thing that I wanted to mention, I remember I had this written down, but I forgot to say it, is there is actually a really useful addition that was made to the wiki this week,
Oh?
which allows you to, has a built-in DPS calculator.
Oh, that was already a section of it, no? Or was it different?
Not like this.
Okay, that's cool. Can you
Yeah.
do it like you could set up your gear?
I think so. I think like how there were more thorough gear calculators and stuff like that from other. I forgot the name. I forgot the
Yeah.
person's name. It was
Gone to a different website in the past for it.
yeah. There's websites for it and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But now it's just built into the wiki, so you can actually use it there. And it's actually pretty useful. So if you're wondering like how much damage you'll do against a certain mob or whatever, like whether a whip is an actual upgrade, I know whenever I was playing more in the mid game, I was like contemplating between a whip or like going for like the Abbey gear.
Yeah.
So, or not. Yeah, it's abyssal stuff, right?
Yeah, like abyssal daggers and things
Yeah,
like
like
that.
the Abbey dagger with like the obsidian gear. Oh
Mhm.
no, it was the obsidian gear, not the Abbey stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna say like I didn't want to call you, but I was like pretty sure the whip's better.
No, I think for me, I spent a long time contemplating whether going full obsidian with the Obby weapon over like
The
fight,
Abbey.
fighter's torso with like the Abbey dagger. Like
So now you can just easily check.
yeah, now you can check. So
Nice.
it's cool.
I like it.
Yeah, and so that was my only updates. What about you?
I forgot that I actually got a new skill this week, and then last night. Sorry if something's falling in the background. Sorry if you heard that, but I got another skill up last night as well. So I got 93 hunter and 94 thieving this week, which is like pretty cool because I usually don't get skills up. So I'm
Yeah.
pretty happy about it.
Remember when you said you're gonna get 99 last year?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna say I'm gonna get in 2024 because I don't believe that.
Big 99.
Other than that, we went and got more purples at Tava last night. We got back to back. I'm dropping everything. I'm a
Yeah.
mess.
It's funny because she's setting up her planner like she has to read so much, but it's actually
It's
just
2 lines.
2 lines.
5. I don't know. Anyway, I got a Jesty chest in my name, which I'm very excited about because there's a collection log slot, so that was huge. I said yesterday, earlier in the episode for you guys, that it's been like 90 something KC since I was purple. Turns out the raid tracker is just not tracking my purples because it didn't count this one either. So
Nice.
I have no idea how long it was.
Yeah, so you're a liar.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, I think it was at least 70, but I don't think it was 90.
Yeah.
Yeah, that math wasn't mathing. And then we actually had a back-to-back right after that. Someone got an Avernix, so that was another 17 mil. And my cash stack is up to like 70 mil. I'm so happy about it. Which
Big
means
money.
I could go to Scurrius more and try to get the rat and waste my money there.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
That's all that I had to update. And I had a in real life job interview today that I feel like did well. Even if it doesn't end up working out, I feel like my confidence is boosted. So feeling pretty
That's
good.
cool.
And I'm making cookies. It's my day.
Big updates.
It's day.
Um,
What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say to like further, I pulled up the DPS calculator for the wiki. It's obviously right here, but it's actually cool because it's really in depth. You can have multiple loadouts pulled up, and then you can compare them against each other directly against specific mobs as well.
Oh, there's even a time to kill graph.
Yeah, it'll show you time to
Cool.
kill. It'll show you DPS or the amount of damage per tick on average, your accuracy.
This is cool.
Yeah, it's really really in depth, and it's cool because you can compare direct loadouts. So like for instance, like I was saying, it is in beta obviously, so there might be some bugs, but like I was saying, you can compare directly. Like if you have a full mid game loadout, like full obby, and then you want to compare it directly against like a fighter's torso type of setup, that would
Yeah.
maybe be your only other option because you're a poor low to mid level
Yeah.
character. Then you can actually it'll make the decision for you.
Reminder, if you want to get the fire store, so stop by the stream on Friday, February 9th, and we're gonna be doing Barbarian Assault. I'll stream if you want to join.
Yeah.
But what I really like about this is you could do it at bosses. So something it took me a very long time to accept, and something that low-key pissed me off is that not everything works the same at every boss.
No, yeah.
I used to. It's very.
Defenses are very much a thing.
Yeah. I used to be so much so that I felt annoyed that I couldn't wear rune armor whenever I was ranging. Whenever I first started playing,
That's
I
weird.
was like, "What do you mean rune's the best?" Like.
I mean, it was for a long time.
That's the obvious one, but also like some of them have more like strength bonuses in specific places like crush and things like that. So
Yeah.
it's always good to look and see because I, for one, never look and see, and I'm definitely not doing the most DPS where I could be.
Yeah, especially like whenever we talk about something like Nightmare, if you don't immediately are like,
I have to crush.
yeah, if you're not immediately like, oh, Inquisitor's best there, which is kind of weird because she drops Inquisitor.
Yeah. Whenever I was there for like hours trying to get the solo KC, so many hours spent with my scythe on slash before people were like, "You're supposed to have on crush," and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, so just knowing stuff like that will save you a lot of time.
It's cool. I like it.
One other thing I forgot to mention, just for other people that play other video games, is a game that came out today that looks really fun.
Oh yeah.
It's only $40. I'm not gonna play it, but it did look really fun.
Shout out to
It's called Helldivers 2.
Helldivers 2.
Yeah, if anyone's watched Starship Troopers, essentially it's the same thing, but for anyone that hasn't, it's a simple concept. You get dropped into a planet full of alien bugs, giant alien bugs, and you just have to shoot them up and then like do objectives and then extract with your friends or whatever.
It sounds familiar-ish from the Deep Rock Galactic that he was playing.
Yeah, it is a lot like...
I've not played either games or watched either of these games.
Yeah, it is a lot like Deep Rock Galactic, but it's a little more real life and like gritty looking. So
that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
that's fun.
The theme of it is pretty
almost.
Cool. Yeah, kind of.
Nice.
But yeah, so that was all of our updates. We can move on to the actual updates.
Yeah,
or the rest of them.
Continuing on the other updates.
Yeah, there wasn't too many updates this week. I think, like we mentioned before.
So many little things.
Yeah, so you might want to expect a few more questions during our Q&A section, so that this feels like more of a full episode.
We'll see how long it takes, because we do like to stop and talk about stuff.
We do, but there's only a couple things to go over, including some DT2 boss combat achievements. Like we said last week, there was quite a bit of an uproar over the difficulty of some of the tasks, so they've reined those in just a little bit. They are still difficult tasks, obviously, just a little bit less so.
Yeah, so Perfect Leviathan now only requires you to complete 5 perfect kills without leaving the instance, rather than 5 consecutive perfect kills. Whisper and Duke Speed Chaser and Speed Runner times have been made 5 seconds more lenient, and Leviathan's lightning attack now launches 1 tick later if the player is above 25 hit point, consistent with its behavior prior to last week's update. So they actually made Leviathan too fast.
Yeah, because Leviathan was actually, as soon as it was done, I think getting stunned would just like attack you just almost on the same hit. Yeah,
that's so funny.
Yeah, so
yeah. And all the descriptions have been updated accordingly, so even if you don't read this, you'd see it in game.
Yep. And then moving on to some bounty hunter stuff. This was actually in the poll, like we mentioned. This is to make it a little bit nicer to play bounty hunter, because currently it's kind of dying out. I actually saw a post the other week before this that someone was talking about how there was, only, a few players on each world.
I'm a little concerned because I actually want to go eventually for like the Dragon Warhammer and the Claws recolors, and I feel like the only people who are going to be there are going to be people who are really good at it.
Yeah, you definitely missed out.
Yeah, I played myself.
Anyways, though, so they made some improvements. First up, we're improving the chances of obtaining an emblem from bounty crates from 1 in 15 up to 1 in 10. So that's actually a 33% improvement, so pretty big.
Nice.
There's still room for us to make further changes to this drop rate, but we're taking things slowly. As a reminder, boosting in Bounty Hunter is forbidden, so just in case you forgot.
Yeah.
And on a lighter...
I was actually thinking, like, it'd be fun to have everyone in the stream going, but I'd have to be very careful. I'd be like, no one can die on purpose, because otherwise that would be considered boosting, right?
I mean, yeah, but
that's... I'm doing it for the memes.
I think, like, abusing boosting is what they mean. Because, I mean, like, if you die to your friend, technically that could be viewed as boosting, but that's not what they mean.
Yeah, I was thinking more just bringing, so I have a chance of getting it, bringing a bunch of people who are also bad at PKing, and we're all genuinely trying. Then that's not boosting.
I mean, no.
Okay, that's just organizing fun.
I think boosting specifically is whenever you die on purpose.
Yeah, and usually for payment.
Yeah, for payment one way or the other.
Okay, cool.
Anyways, though, they do say that on a lighter note, we've improved the amount of XP on offer if you choose for the Bounty Hunter points on XP lamps reward. So it's been improved by 2.5 times across the board, which
That's
is,
significant.
yeah, definitely a lot. So they made it clear that claiming XP in bulk this way provides a bonus, similar to how I'm guessing they want it in line with how it works at other places.
Yes.
You could receive an additional 1% XP per lamp when buying between 10 and 99.
That'd be so satisfying, my 99 XP lamps.
Yeah, and an additional 10% per lamp, XP per lamp, any number past 100. So that's kind of a lot.
Save up your points.
Yeah, that is definitely a lot of free XP, but I mean, 100 lamps is a lot, so.
Yeah. And Bounty Hunter weapons and armor can now be used on the POH combat dummy.
Yeah, because before it was
later.
limited to the players only.
Yeah, interesting. Moving on to Scarious. If you're thinking about heading to the wilderness this week, there's no better way to build your stats than whaling on our favorite Rat King. We actually got some stats on Scarious that I thought were really cool. So at the time, this was week 1 of Scarious. It was at 12.1 million total kills, 2,752 pets. I was not one of them. I am still not one of them. 374,000 spines, 88,000 lamps obtained, 61,000 maces, 27,000 staves, and 25,000 bows. Thought that was kind of fun.
It's funny, whenever you said spines, I just got like a flashback to Mortal Kombat.
Is it gross?
I mean, it's Mortal Kombat, so not really. It's a fighting game.
Okay.
But anyways, like the fatality for Sub-Zero is he like, I don't know. I mean, it changes, but at one point I remember playing it and he would freeze the person and then like just rip their head off and their spine was like attached.
It's not that gross.
It's okay. It's not 1990, okay?
Like I know it's low quality, but it freaks me out. Some other Scarious news. As of the update, group Iron Squads can select a shared instance at Scarious so that the whole group can join in. And note that Scarious' spawning hit point depends on how many players are in the room when the Rat King spawns in. So you'll need at least 2 players in the room before the fight starts to see him at his full strength 1,500 hit points, which I haven't actually done.
Yeah.
Lastly, there are a couple smaller tweaks for this week. So the cooldown for the Dragonfire Ward and Ancient Wyvern Shield special effect is now displayed on the buff bar on the C++ client. Cool. Scarious now appears in the correct position in the collection logs menu. It was out of alphabetical order for, I guess, something like that. Players are now rewarded XP more reliably when working together to fix the Piscarelius cranes. And that is it for the updates.
That's it. And it's funny. Have you ever used any of the Dragonfire Shield special attacks?
No, I forget it has one.
Yeah. It's not that. It's mostly...
nice. I don't really know what it does.
Oh, well, I mean, the DFS is pretty easy because that one just shoots a fireball at
I haven't used a DFS in a very long time.
Yeah, I've never used it, but it's funny because I don't use it because I'm like scarred because I would use it at what's it called? I would use one of the Dragonfire shields at Vorkath.
Yeah.
And the thing is, your character makes an animation as if they're absorbing the Dragonfire. And so I thought a few times that I was locked in that animation, and while it shows that animation, you can still move around technically, and that would get me killed. Yeah. So I just never used it because I didn't want to recharge the shield again.
Yeah, that's so funny.
But speaking of getting scarred, you might be scarred if you miss.
Speaking of Vorkath.
No. You might be scarred if you miss out on the last chance to get any of the RuneScape Dragon plushies that Makeship is doing. It will be over very soon. February 17th is your last day.
February 17th. It's done.
Midnight GMT.
Yeah, so go order those now if you can. Let's see which one's the most popular.
All right,
let's check KBD. What do you think?
I think Vorkath. Wow, KBD by a lot too.
I'm surprised they are not doing as well as the Wise Old Man and stuff.
Yeah, Wise Old Man was 1,500% and the KBD is 1,200%.
Vorkath's 970. I'm very surprised. I thought Vorkath would be the most popular.
Is less popular than the 3rd most popular on the very first drop. Maybe it was because of the first drop.
What's Neve?
Neve is 950.
Neve's more popular than Vorkath too.
No, it's not.
Is it? Oh, it's slightly less popular.
Yeah.
Helvorg's last.
Anyways, if you want to sway the popularity, feel free to buy 100 extra Vorkaths.
105 actually.
I'm sure you'll be able to definitely not sell them on not eBay, so don't do that.
Encouraging scalping.
I said not.
Oh my god.
Also, the PV Rota for the arena is max med.
Cool.
But that is it. I did want to ask you though.
Yes.
I saw it because a lot of people are making jokes about it,
Okay.
and I think we've answered this before, but with the sale possibly looming in the horizon of Jagex's future, if someone like made a mock-up of like when you log in, it shows like the start button and the like news square.
Yes.
In the news square, it had like a little thing saying like, oh, like buy 12 more spins this week for like extra microtransaction skins or whatever. Like if they added MTX to the game in like that form,
Yeah.
where it was like just completely random loot box, essentially make your character look goofy, would you still play?
I think the only way I'd still play is if it did not affect the game at all.
It doesn't affect the game at all, it just makes your character look different.
I'd still play, but I wouldn't do it, and I would think it was really lame.
Yeah.
I was talking though the other day about how everyone's like, people like fearmonger a little bit. They're just like, if we're getting sailing, they're gonna change the game. They're gonna do EOC, all this stuff. And I was like, if they did that, I would simply quit playing. And I feel like a lot of people don't just think like, yeah, you could just find a new game.
Would you move on to another game?
I would, but I don't know what it would be. I have never played a game as consistently as I've played RuneScape,
It's time to log into World of Warcraft, dude.
Whenever I was looking for jobs, they were hiring like a digital marketing at World of Warcraft. And they're like, you have to have extensive knowledge of the game. And I was like, should I play WoW? Just for this job?
Yeah, maybe. It's funny, they actually just, for Valentine's Day, it actually, I think, just ended or is about to end, where every year they have the Valentine's Day event, and it's a really big deal because there's a very rare mount.
Oh, cool.
And it's called the X45 Love Rocket. And I think it's a 2-person mount, which is also why it's rare.
Because they're in love.
But the thing is, you can only attempt to claim it once per day per character. So if you have like 13 characters on your account, you get 13 tries per day. But like people have tried for years
without getting
and not gotten
That's
it.
kind of fun.
It's a very rare mount.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. But yeah, they have stuff like that, so that was pretty fun.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I'd like WoW. It just looks like a lot going on, but who knows?
It's funny because I know you would like it.
Really?
But I don't know, like, if you would.
Not
like,
RuneScape like it, maybe.
I don't know. I don't know. Because it is a very casual game. So, I mean, you could, like, very easily get into it. But
just don't ruin RuneScape because I really like this game. I already have, like, 3 RuneScape games.
I think they should definitely just ruin the game.
What?
Just sell it.
Yay.
Anyways, we can move on to the Q&A for this week. Again, if you want to participate in the Q&A, feel free to get us a question through any of our social medias or discord.gg/Bunebape. And we have a questions section there.
Yeah. So first is from Harger on Discord. This isn't so much a question as our opinion on something. So, thoughts on a new lunar teleport spell called Teleport to Lodestone. The Lodestone is an item that a player can mine on Lunar Idol and can be dropped in any location on the OSRS map to be used as a location to which the player can teleport. So it's kind of like a teleport.
It's a custom teleport.
Yes. Once you teleport to it or pick it up manually, it can be reused. However, if it's not picked up before logging out or if the player dies, it will be lost. You can only have 1 Lodestone at a time, whether in your inventory with you or at the bank. This could be very useful for such activities where the trip to a particular location and bank takes a long time. For example,
It says back.
Oh, sorry. I can't read. For example, you can leave at the entrance to a cave, go in the cave, and teleport out to the entrance again. Or you can leave at a bank, go fishing, teleport back to the bank. Another trait of the Lodestone is that it's visible by other players, and you can examine it, and it'll tell you whose Lodestone it is. In a PvP world, that means you can wait for them to teleport there and kill them. What do you think?
I like it, but it is way too powerful.
Yeah, I like it. I hate walking around this game, trust me, but it's too busted. It's just too busted.
Yeah, the reason I know it's too powerful is because this is literally just one of the what are they, like runes in leagues? I mean, yeah,
it's very similar to the leagues, and the leagues were like too good.
This is just the recall stone.
Oh, it is, and that's I love it. I love it so much, but it probably shouldn't be in the main game.
Yeah, what if like you were, it just makes every boss so trivial.
Yeah, I think a lot of stuff would lose its value
Yeah,
as
like
well.
imagine if like you're like, all right, got my 40. Well, I mean, I guess you'd still have to get the KC. Actually,
Power dungeon
y-
at the low. We
actually, you
didn't get to
might
win
not.
leagues, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, for any boss, really. I mean, like you're like,
No.
oh, I'm at Nightmare, which takes forever to
Yeah,
get
I
to.
think just like the drops that like the telly drops from like DT2 and stuff like Nightmare are just irrelevant.
Yeah, it's just maybe if you could choose one place,
Yeah,
and it's just like this is your one shot, your one spaghetti. You're all like, I want my lodestone to forever take me to Nightmare.
I just know I would never be able to choose somewhere.
Exactly. Because it's all like, which boss do you choose, or do you always want to have a good teleport directly to a bank or
Mhm.
something? Like, like I don't know. Do you have a favorite spot?
Yeah,
I think that potentially could be interesting.
that's the only way, but even that I think might be too good.
I think it would be if they limited it. I could see people potentially getting on board to a one time, or maybe not a one time, but like a heavily expensed custom teleport. Like
Hmm.
one, it couldn't be near bosses.
Mm-hmm. I
Couldn't
think
it
your
couldn't be
bosses makes it too crazy.
it couldn't be near bosses. It couldn't be in towns, so it could be like on the edge of a town, but it couldn't be like at a bank.
Yeah.
And
Or
like
there's like weird places that don't have good teleports that could always use
yeah,
something.
yeah, exactly. Or and also like I mean, they made it so like if you wanted to change it, it was like a process or it was just extremely
I wouldn't
expensive.
do extremely expensive because then people who buy gold would just do it.
Yeah, it's true. So maybe it was like a process. Like you gotta go through like a whole like a 30-minute quest line to redo it or like an hour long quest line to
Yeah.
redo it or something. But yeah, something to like make it so it can't change super often or like maybe it's only once per month you can change it. I
Yeah.
think that would probably be better. But I think
In
then
general,
I could get
maybe.
on board with that
Yeah.
because it's like, oh, maybe you really like want to use it for rune crafting. Like
Hmm.
you're like, I want to go to Soul Isle or something like that. There's something on Soul Isle, and I don't know, but
Yeah, I hate running around this game, but I think it's just being able to choose your own tellies is like too much.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, obviously I'm down for them just adding more tellies into the game. Not necessarily like cost based, like just being like, hey, should we add a telly here? Like they kind of just changed it and added like fairy rings around Koren. That was nice.
yeah,
It's more like quality of life, but it's a little too much for me.
yeah. I think just having like free will to just teleport wherever
Yeah,
essentially
it's
is
just
too.
crazy in leagues. We can't have that.
Yeah,
It's going all over the place.
I mean, yeah, people were able to like really abuse the teleporting,
Oh
so
yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah, probably not.
We also have a thoughts on question from Matt from Discord as well. Would you support a quest where an evil magician named Agash hires you to investigate the technology behind Ava's devices, the attractor, accumulator, and assembler, in order to make one which works for magic? As a reward, you'll receive the Agash attractor, which can be upgraded to the accumulator and assembler, a device that expectedly recovers runes from cast spells at different probabilities. I'm not opposed to this.
Yeah, I mean,
I would
sure.
just say it could be like an upgrade to your rune pouch, maybe, though,
Yeah, I
instead of another slot.
I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking that it was similar where it was a cape,
Hmm.
but it wasn't as good.
Yeah, it can't be as good as the Avas. Like,
Well, not yeah,
hmm.
because like Ava's is best in slot and it does what Ava's does. So like if it was like, oh, you like your spells cost 50% runes or something like that, but you can only wear this cape or any other cape, right? So like you're choosing between the
Oh
gods
yeah.
capes.
So that's why the room pouch, like I said, actually wouldn't work because you're not having to give up anything.
Yeah,
You have to
exactly.
give up something.
So I was thinking like potentially if you're giving up a god cape,
Yeah,
that could be worthwhile.
that's true.
And
A little
also,
spicy.
I'm kind of just okay with this in general because I mean, the only people that would benefit from this realistically
Irons.
are irons
Yeah.
because runes are all of the runes at this point are at Alk price. So no one is worried about no person that plays this game like at regular intervals are worried about rune prices.
Mm-hmm.
You're just gonna buy them.
Yeah.
They're not a real factor unless you're using the Sang or the scythe a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I kind of just think this would be okay in the game in general.
I agree. At first, I was like, well, that's too good. And I was like, it kind of is just exactly the same as the Avas. I'm
Yeah.
sure that there's some niche reasons we're not thinking of that this would be a bad idea.
Yeah, like maybe
But
it works.
just thinking about it sounds okay.
I'd even be okay if it worked up to a certain rune. Like
Mm-hmm.
maybe it doesn't
Like
work
Death and
for
Bloods.
maybe it doesn't work for like Bloods and Wraths or
Yeah.
something, like the two most expensive ones. But yeah, for everything else I'm fine with this.
It's kind of interesting. I thought it was funny that talking about like going back to the lodestones from Harger, Matt said, "How big is the lodestone? It would honestly look really ugly if hundreds of lodestones were scattered everywhere on the map in a busy world.
True.
They're just like huge boulders."
I don't know what about this, but it did remind me that earlier this week, people were able to deduce that less than 20,000 people were playing RS3 this week.
Whew. So the microtransactions really aren't working, are they?
I mean, the whales are still there, I'm sure.
Yeah, the
But
whales is what keeps them afloat,
yeah,
if you will.
because you're able to, like, subtract how many players shows online for RS3 versus how many shows online for
OSRS. And
OSRS.
OSRS has been doing pretty well.
And if you take the difference, that's how many's on RS3.
During leagues, we had like the new record, right?
It was 200 or something thousand. I don't remember.
That's awesome.
I don't remember if it was a record or
It's
not,
actually
but
so cool.
yeah, definitely a lot more players than RS3.
Yeah, just a couple.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Speaking of whales, Repressed Whale from Discord also asked a question. That was a
Oh.
good segue, right?
Yeah.
Repressed Whale asked, thoughts on adding a 1 out of 2,000 jar of cheese drop to Scurries? I don't know how legit this question is, but I do want to express that that would be really funny to have a jar of cheese drop.
Yeah. I don't want a jar of cheese. I
A
mean,
little rat in a jar?
they might have to, take up some legal action against
You want Chuck E. Cheese in there?
against Green Bay, the football
Oh,
team,
yeah.
because they should give you a cheese head. A 1 out of 2,000 cheese head.
Wait, that's kind of like the big harpoon fish.
Exactly. But like maybe it even gives you like +2 melee strength or something,
Whoa.
but minus accuracy.
Yeah.
Because
You'd be presumably drunk on cheese.
it's covering your eyes. So I think something like that would be cool because I mean
I would love a little random one. There's only 2 things for the collection log for Scarius.
the jars, in my opinion, jars are so dumb.
Jars, if they were untradeable, would be so cool. But the fact that you could just buy them, it makes them less
Yeah,
cool.
the fact that they're tradable and the fact that no one will ever see them. What are you flexing to your dad?
I stream, so I would flex it.
Yeah, I was
My
like,
PH sucks. People actually call me on my PH all the time.
yeah, it's just like annoying that like they're in your house. It's like who's gonna be like maybe back in the day this happened, but no one's gonna be like, yo, I just got this new jar. You want to check out my house? No, I don't want to see your house,
I
Bobby.
get some people's POHs, and they're actually pretty cool. So,
Sure.
why are you so against it? Well, Irons, can you go to people's houses at all?
No.
Can they go to your house?
I don't know.
Well, if
Probably.
you're an Iron, just have fun sitting there alone with your jar of cheese.
Yeah, it's dumb. Like I want more like the thing is I like flex items.
Yes.
Like they're cool.
Yeah.
They're the reason a lot of people, myself included, get excited to do certain things. That's why pets are cool. But like they don't
It's weird how much like we love pets and they don't do anything. They just stand there.
Yeah.
And I'm obsessed. And I plan on becoming a pet hunter eventually.
yeah.
Yeah. They don't do anything.
Yeah.
I love flex items.
That's why I'm like
The jar should be a flex item.
what is stopping them from being like, oh, this is a 1 in 7,000 Verzik drop where it's 2 daggers that are the tips of her spider spindles. And they don't do pretty much any damage relative to you doing that content, but they're a flex.
It's just something random that you get.
Yeah, like you're all like, oh, dude, that guy has like Zix, like little Zix spider spindles or whatever they're called, like little daggers. Like that's cool.
Yeah, I love like untradeable flex stuff. Always feels fun. Like even stuff that I don't want. Like, I got the big harpoon fish, and I'm just so hyped that I got a big harpoon fish. I'm like, what am I going to do with that? Nothing. I'm probably not even going to put in my POH, but I'm keeping it in my bank because I'm like, heck yeah, I got a big harpoon fish.
Yeah.
And I got it spooned.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Like, I don't. There's literally nothing stopping them from adding like really cool, random, like 1 out of 6,000 drop items that are untradeable.
Yeah.
That are like practically useless.
Yeah. We had one last question from Wraith over on Discord. I didn't read this to you ahead of time, so think while I read it. Wraith sent like a whole thing, and we've been skipping them because they all open up on Word, and I don't actually have Word. So anytime that I scroll in the document, it freezes, and I never thought to ask, hey, can you resend it? So Wraith has resent it. The question. What is...
Michelle, it's funny, just for anyone that doesn't know, you can download those files.
I didn't know that.
And then you can transfer you can transfer them into a PDF.
I downloaded, but I didn't know you could do the PDF thing. So every time I open it, it was like, you have to buy Word. And I'd be like...
Yeah, Adobe Acrobat is free. So...
Anyway, this is bad because like the job I just applied to today, I feel like if they heard me say this, they'd be like, "You didn't know that?"
Everyone should know that. It's essentially just like WinZip.
Okay, let's not discuss that.
All right.
So, what is one item you could permanently delete from the game to inflict the most chaos, excluding gold and platinum tokens? Ray said, I might have stumped myself on this one. Initially, I thought about pure essence, but I have a hunch it'd be something simple like that we all take for granted. Like, what would happen if you took all the hammers out of the game? Can't really do much smithing anymore. Good luck training construction. Players would be locked out of certain quests and achievement diaries. Apparently, you need a regular hammer to obtain the Camdo hammer, so forget about that loophole. There's a single item you can just wipe out from the game that makes at least half the players log in and say, oh, what the F? I'd consider it a victory. I was going to answer something much more basic and be like, say something worth a lot of gold because people would be throwing fits. If we had the shadow and someone just removed the shadow, people would be pissed. So I'm thinking the opposite. Like, people would definitely be upset if they got rid of a hammer. I think if you took something like the T-bow that's been in the game for years or the shadow and suddenly removed it, I think that some people would maybe even quit the game because they're so used to like those super powerful weapons that they'd be frustrated and be mad.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's mine. I'm kind of confident in my answer.
Okay.
100%. Maybe you'll inspire me.
I have two answers.
Oh.
One is because I don't know if I'm allowed to do it.
You're going to be like all the food in the game.
No. One would be...
what is it?
One would be... I don't know if it's an item. The GE.
That's an item.
But they're people, kind of.
So, okay, that's like if you could delete a concept in the game. You delete the GE.
I think that would just mess with people.
Well, you're filthy irons.
Because you'd have to go back to the old I'm trading.
Oh, there'd be so many scams.
Yeah, you'd have to be like
people would definitely quit.
You'd be like, I'm trading a T-bow, best offer. But so if we can't do that, then I would say something that almost everyone uses.
Uh-huh.
So like maybe like Bandos armor or something.
But not Torva. Oh, you can't have Torva.
Exactly. Or like whips.
Very good million. Well, now they're adding more middle game stuff.
Exactly.
I was thinking law runes because you need them for most tellies. That's what would make me quit because I hate walking.
That'd be annoying. Or maybe potions.
Oh, no potions.
What if you
in
could
the game?
if you couldn't say all potions because that's multiple items, maybe like staminas.
Ew, Robert. I don't even want to think about no stamina.
Or I mean, I would say prayers, but I mean, there's super restores. But
Staminas is a good one though.
Yeah, I don't know because like you said creating chaos.
If you got rid of the pool of rejuvenation.
Well, that's not an item.
It's not an item.
Yeah, because I was thinking anvils.
Oh.
Well, that's not an item, right?
Yeah. What if we got rid of rooftops?
What if we got rid of legs? Oh my god! You had to teleport everywhere.
You have to all over. Get that lodestone.
Get the lodestone. Yeah, but I guess realistically, GP.
You can't say GP.
Exclude GP and Platinum tokens.
Exclusively. Nope. Explicitly.
Explicitly. I mean, yeah, GP would be one of the better ones for sure.
Is that a big weapon? I don't know. I feel like if you got rid of the Tebow, people would be super pissed.
The thing is, how many people own the Tebow?
I feel like it'd be one of those things where even people who don't own a Tebow would be pissed because they'd be like, I wanted a Tebow someday. Like, I would be pissed.
What if you were like, what if you just said, like, yeah, the Fang?
What do you mean the Fang? Like, get rid of the Fang?
Yeah.
You just get rid of the Fang, Robert.
Well, obviously, that'd be 2 birds, 1 stone.
It wouldn't cause as much chaos because it got nerfed.
Yeah, that's
Get rid of the Scythe.
I
really like the Scythe.
Yeah, and it's tough because it's like, what do you say, sharks, but then there's Nintas, so...
I guess that's a good thing about this game is that there's so much replacement stuff. Yeah. I'm not going to do an answer like Race cheat answer where you can't even ever smith ever again in the game.
I would say, I don't know if it'd cause the most chaos, but I feel like it would be one of the most annoying is rune pouches.
Ew. Yeah, I'd be distraught.
Especially now that they've been upgraded.
Yeah, going from 4 to 0.
Imagine having 4 less equipment slots.
So when I'm doing farming runs, I don't use my rune pouch, and I'm like, my inventory looks disgusting. Why is it so full?
Yeah, I guess that'd be like a slight inconvenience, but I don't know if it'd cause chaos.
I'd be upset.
Yeah, I would have to choose something specific, like like a knife or I don't know. Yeah, like a hammer. Boring. I don't know.
Say a Tebow.
No.
You know, I think that Shadow would be worse than a Tebow because Shadow you use literally everywhere now. I went to Bandos and solo Bandos and I just froze him and shadowed him. Yeah. It's great. I go to Bolt, shadow him.
Okay. But yeah, I guess. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I guess so.
That's it for our Q&A.
Yeah, I'm still sticking to my guns. Get rid of the G, but that's it for the Q&A.
Classic guy. That's it for the episode.
That is it for the episode. So hopefully you all liked it, and if you did, let us know.
Yeah, on any of our socials. He was supposed to say that too. Our TikTok and our Twitter are Bunebapeosrs. Our Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram are all Bunebape. I'm gonna stream. Remember Friday, February 9th. At 8 p.m. Pacific Standard, I'm going to be doing a little Bunefest fundraising, and that'll just actually be every Friday. So come stop by. I stream 5 days a week, and I've been reading a lot, and join me on some raids. And tomorrow, join me at Barbarian Assault, because I wanted Tempe to win.
But that is it. Thanks again for listening. Hopefully you all enjoyed it, and we'll see you all
very soon. Bye-bye.